For Jonathan had to make up his mind whether to love David, his best friend, or follow his daddy Saul and make love turn into hate. Saul hated David. Saul was jealous of David. Saul always looked to kill him. So Jonathan found himself loving somebody that his daddy wanted dead. Anybody ever lived through anything like that? Somebody want to know in the audience, what does this text mean to me? This text is a great illustration of how you love Jesus, and sometimes family and friends might not agree with you. What do you do when your Saul tell you who to love? What do you do when your Saul tells you when to go to church and when not go to church? What do you do when you have a Saul in your life that don't believe in the same God that you believe in? I have seen throughout my 14 years of preaching, there have been people who have gave up along the way because their loved ones did not love Jesus the Christ. I have seen in the past where women stopped coming to church because their husband refused to come to church. I have seen in the past where children drop off from the church because their parents don't go to church. What I want you to understand today is either you love God or you don't love God. You got to love him in season and out of season. You got to love him in spite of who love him and who don't love him. Sometimes God allows tests to come to see, do you really love him? He calls it love under pressure. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 4 said love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. Anytime people try to control your love, pull you away from the scriptures, and put conditions on you who you should hang with, they have become your God. I won't let nobody tell me who to serve. I won't let nobody to tell me when to shout, when not to shout. I won't let nobody tell me when to come to church and when not come to church. I won't let nobody tell me not to pray and what to do in the house. I love the Lord so much that I am willing to go against every family member as long as I am standing on the word of God. Sometimes you get under pressure because God wants to see when you stand there with him, even in the midst of no good time. What do you mean, preacher, no good time? See, when you come out of the world said this is a good time. Friday, Saturday, hanging out at the club. But when you pull away and you come into church and God begin to deal with your attitudes and your sin, you go through a season of sadness. What do you mean I go through a season of sadness? You go through a season where God is ministering to you. You go through a season where God is telling you that you can live better than what you're living right now. You go through a season where God is pushing you to your next level, and it don't feel good sometimes, and you ain't happy about it sometimes. But if you just hold on, you just hold on, God will come and see about you. Let me show you something. It is amazing to me. Sit with me a while. I want to teach you that. It is amazing to me how people don't want you to give your love to as many people as you can. People try to pick who you can love. Love is not limited to one group or another group. Love is not limited to people who like you. Love is not limited to only people that fit into your group. Love ought to show up when everything else is going wrong. That's why, Sister Tara, I don't let everybody tell me who I can hang with and who I can't hang with. I hang with whoever I want to hang with. If the Lord tells me to hang at the liquor store, I hang at the liquor store. If the Lord tells me to go to the bootleg house, I go to the bootleg house. I didn't get to be a Christian for folks to tell me who to hang with. I hang with whoever God tells me. Love should be shared with all the children of God. You should share your love with everybody. You should never take your love home and lock it up in a room and don't give it to nobody. I'm so tired of people talking about, don't let anybody get close to me. You better let somebody get close to you, because if you get sick, if you get in trouble, if you need some money, you're going to need somebody in your inner circle who can help you when you can't help yourself. You're going to need somebody to help you even when you can't help yourself. I need somebody. I don't walk around here trying to act like I don't need nobody. I need somebody. See, I need you to be on the drum. Kendrick, I need you to be on the piano. First Lady, I need you to be with the minister. Minister Jackson, I need you with the children. Early Hope, I need you in here praising. I need you because I'm trying to get to my next. I'm trying to get to the next level. I ain't got time for hate. I ain't got time for jealousy. I ain't got time for envy. I'm looking to get to my next level. And in order for me to get to my next level, I got to know how to love under pressure. How love under pressure. Love should be shared with all the children of God. Proverbs 3:3, y'all gonna let me teach this a little bit. It says, let love and faithfulness never leave you. Proverbs 3:3. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. There should not be a day that you walk around trying to be hateful. Tell you, baby, I ain't hateful, I ain't like that. I speak to everybody. I hang around everybody. There ain't nobody in my church that I can't speak to. I'll prove it to you right now. I'll run around and speak to 3 people right now from my seat. I'll run around and tell somebody hello. I'll run around and tell somebody hey, because I can't be hateful. I can't be hateful. I can't be hateful. Tell somebody, hey, how you doing? I'm loving on the pressure right now. Hey, how you doing? Everything all right? You can learn how to run around and give love to somebody. This ain't the season to act stuck up. This ain't the season to act like you got everything going on. You got to learn how to love folks. Tell your neighbor, I love you. I don't care if you don't love me back. I love you and I don't care if you don't even love me back. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I see so much hatefulness in churches nowadays where folks don't want to speak to nobody. And everybody trying to guard themselves from evil. Let me tell you something about evil. Evil can only get into you when you hateful. I need on my mind that I'm cutting off everything that is hateful. I ain't got time to try to build you up. I ain't got time to pat you on the back. I ain't bringing no crib in here and rock you to sleep. Anything that's hateful, go on with your hateful self. Because God got a way of bringing you down. God got a way of making you start smiling when you found it. God got a way of pulling that hatefulness out of you. Hey, neighbor, ain't hateful, ain't hateful. It's just not in me. I'm just not hateful. So he wanted me to deal with this text today. He wanted me to deal with Jonathan and David. And Jonathan had to deal with love under pressure because his daddy hated somebody that he loved. The reason it's hard to preach it to start off with because some of us still got some unresolved issues. And I'm so glad that God gave me this text during the holiday because there are some folks in our family that we still ain't speaking to. And I start crying when I start doing this sermon because God showed me myself. And he told me, Pastor William, you can't afford to be hateful because where I'm taking you, you can't let the devil accuse you of not getting the blessing. You know what the devil do when you act hateful and mean to folks? The devil called up God and said, you can't bless Kenny right now because he got bitterness in his heart. You can't bless Kenny right now because he's mad with folks right now. You can't bless Kenny right now because he got a hatefulness in him and you said you ain't going to bless nothing evil. You know what I told the Lord the other day? I said, create in me a clean heart. I wish I had a rifle reader in here. I said, create in me a clean heart and renew the right spirit. You want to tell the Lord, get me right, Lord, get me right. I don't want to be hateful. I'm about to preach up in here. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be down and out. This is the season where I'm going to show everybody love. I'm going to sponsor somebody for Christmas. I'm going to help somebody get through the storm. I'm going to pray somebody through their trials and tribulation. I ain't got time to be mad with nobody. Let me deal with this, y'all. Y'all stay with me for a little while. Let me deal with it. Love is easy when everybody is in agreement. Love is easy when everybody stands together. Love is easy when everybody is on one accord. But what happens when confusion gets mixed up in your jar of love? You lose people out of your network because they don't love everybody that's still in your network. When people walk away from you because they cannot control you. When people don't want to be loving on you outside of them. You know, there are people that don't want you to have more than 3 friends. That will help me with it. There are people don't want you to have. You want to call somebody up over the holiday and say, I'm going over Betty Mae's house. And they say, what are you going over there for? You know we don't fool with Betty Mae. Who told you we don't fool with Betty Mae? The devil is a lie. I fool with anybody who's cooking dressing, macaroni and cheese, and turkey. And when we get over there, we're going to praise the Lord, and we're going to pray, and we're going to shout.